Right, here is your do now for today. And so I want you in a moment, obviously in the backs of your books, please, not in the front. I want you to find a bit of space and then work out these. Now remember, a guess is better than nothing. Okay, I want you to have a really good go at these. And then in a moment I'll put a little pause sign up. If whoever's there could pause the video, time 5 minutes or so. They might want an extra minute, but not too much more. And then we can unpause and I'll go through the answers with you. Remember, a guess is better than nothing. There are no penalties for getting it wrong. You just need to correct your work later. Okay, so pause the video now, please. Okay, so we've unpaused. Or if you couldn't find the pause button and now panicking, you need to go back and pause. Anyway, right, so the first one. Now, did you spot that it said estimate? Now, the amount of times that people lose marks in tests because they don't read that and then they work out what the answer would be precisely. But it said estimate, so we need to estimate. And remember, we do that by rounding to 1 SF, one significant figure. So I'm going to put an arrow above the first significant figure in these sums and round to that. And make it to really easy numbers, remember? So 47 is going to become 50. And 38.99, well, round to that first number. The 8 means we're going to round up to 40. So we've got 50 times 40. Now, let's do this the nice easy way. Let's do 5 times 4 is 20. And then we have 2 zeros in the question, so we need 2 more zeros in the answer. And so this sum is roughly equal to 2,000. Okay. Now correct that if you got it wrong. Next one, estimate again. So again, we're going to round to one significant figure, round to these first numbers. So remember, when we say one significant figure, your rounded numbers should only have one actual digit. They might have some zeros, but one actual digit. Okay. And don't worry that you think, oh, I've rounded it too much, it won't be accurate. It doesn't matter. These are just estimates. So my numbers here will round to. Now I'm going to get rid of my equal sign and put in one of these little signs. You didn't need to do that, but I'm just trying to save space. That means approximately equal to. So 24.6 will become, well, it's going to stay as 20 because it's not close enough to 30 to go to 30. 77.3, well, because the next numbers are 7, it will round up to 80. And then 18.2, well, because of the 8, the 1 will round up to a 2. And then, now we've got these rounded numbers, we do that sum. So 20 plus 80 is 100. Divide that by 20. How many 20s go into 100? It is 5. Okay? Remember, correct if you got it wrong, or just mark it correct if you got it right. Okay, area. Now, this one says area. And when we mean area, we mean all the space inside the shape. We're not talking about the perimeter. The perimeter would be the distance around all 4 sides, but we're not. We're talking about the space inside the shape. And to do the area of a rectangle, I need to do length times by width. So my length in this case will be 8. That's that length down the bottom there. And I'm going to times it by the width, which is all the way up this side, which is 5. Now 8 times 5 is 40. And because these are centimetres, and we've done centimetres times centimetres, the area units are centimetres squared. Okay? If you didn't get that, you need to write it in now, please. Or just in a moment when the video could be paused. But calculate the area of this triangle. So again, we're talking about the space inside the triangle. And I've got the base here, which is 4 centimetres, and I've got this measurement. Now, this isn't the slopey side. This is the height, which is useful because I need the height. Because in a triangle, the area, we're not interested in slopey sides. We want to know the distance from the bottom straight to the top, because the area is the base times by the height and then halved. We divide it by 2. So base times height, divide by 2. Or some people say half of the base times the height. And because the reason we're doing that is because if I just did 4 times 3 and I didn't halve it, I would actually be finding the area of a rectangle that the triangle would sit in. But my triangle only takes up half of that space. So I don't need all this empty space, which is why we divide by 2. And we halve it. So my base is 4, my height is 3, then I'm going to halve it. Well, 4 3s are 12. I need to divide that by 2 to get 6 centimetres squared again. Make sure you've got your units correct. So we had 40 centimetres squared here and 6 centimetres squared for our triangle. Right, well done. Make sure you've marked that all up and corrected it, and then turn to the front of your book to put your title and date in, please. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Well, actually, I shouldn't say bye because I'll see you in a minute.